No.
Many people think that Boeing is the best company in the aviation industry. However, did you know that Boeing has a lot of safety issues and it is not like it looks? Good morning everyone. My name is Ihab Umar. I am a first year engineering student at King Abdulaziz University. Today I will be discussing the topic of my research, which is an analysis into how to improve Boeing's reputation amongst KIU aerospace engineering students. First, I will provide a brief overview of my topic and the aim and objective of it. Then I will outline the methodology used in brief. After that, I will talk about some important findings and I will discuss them. Finally, I will tell you the recommendations. I will tell you the overall recommendations to achieve the aim of the topic. Boeing is one of the biggest companies in the aviation sector. It was recognized for its engineering excellence. But in recent years, Boeing has faced a lot of safety issues due to its shifting its focus from engineering excellence to profit making. This led to decrease its reputation. Therefore, the aim of this research was to identify the most effective strategies to enhance Boeing's reputation based on the suggestions of future engineers such as KIU aerospace engineering students. And the objective of this research was to give KIU aerospace engineering students an insight into Boeing and the safety issues it faces. Also, more importantly, if they still distrust Boeing, they may not buy from it if they worked in an airline in the future. To achieve the aim and the objective, a questionnaire was made for KIU aerospace engineering students. 10-item questionnaire was distributed to KIU aerospace engineering students in WhatsApp groups. 52 respondents were received to the questionnaire. The respondents were analyzed by built-in graphs from Sogolytics website. I have finished talking about the overview and the methodology. Now, I will move to talk about some important findings and their discussion. The first finding of RQ1 is about the description of Boeing's reputation 50 years ago by KIU aerospace engineering students. The biggest proportion of participants, which was more than a half, stated that Boeing's engineering quality was excellent 50 years ago. This means that their visualization about the engineering excellence of Boeing 50 years ago is excellent. These results show a link with what was mentioned in a LinkedIn article, which reveals that Boeing was focusing on innovation and engineering quality. The results were expected because Boeing is considered one of the biggest companies in the history of aviation. The second finding of RQ1 is about the awareness of KIU aerospace engineering students regarding the company that merged with Boeing in 1997. The biggest proportion of participants, which was more than half, responded that they don't know if Boeing merged with the company or not in 1997. This could imply that they don't know the reasons for recent safety issues. According to a news article, the major cause which started the beginning of recent safety issues in Boeing was Boeing's merger with McDonnell Douglas. There are negative consequences of these findings for the aim of the research because the majority of students are unaware of the major cause of the Boeing's safety issues. So they could think that Boeing is still focusing on innovation and engineering quality. This was expected because this information may not be readily available or emphasized in their academic curriculum. I've finished talking about RQ1. Now I will move to RQ2. The first finding of RQ2 is about Boeing's recent safety issues amongst KIU aerospace engineering students. The biggest proportion of participants, which was almost 2/3, answered that one of the issues of Boeing was that the MCAS activation mistakenly resulted in 2 crashes in 737 MAX. According to 2 news articles, the 737 MAX faced a problem, and the MCAS system was produced to solve this problem. Unfortunately, 2 crashes occurred due to MCAS activation from faulty sensor data. These results strongly suggest that Boeing is facing a decrease in its reputation. These results were expected because these issues have spread in the news. The second finding of RQ2 is about the opinions of KU aerospace engineering students about whether they would buy from Boeing if they worked in an airline. Almost 2/3 of respondents responded that they would avoid or are not sure about buying from Boeing. These results are broadly consistent with what was mentioned in a survey conducted in US adults, which revealed that the Boeing's engineering excellence have decreased significantly, with a 12% drop in net trust among US adults. This decrease in trust was expected and it is attributed to the safety issues of Boeing. This could imply that the safety concerns surrounding Boeing have affected aerospace engineering students, since their hesitation to purchase Boeing products underscore the severity of the trust crisis facing the company. I finished talking about the RQ2. Now I will move to RQ3. The first finding of RQ3 is about the opinions of KU aerospace engineering students about what should be done by the employees of Boeing if they worked by the employees of Boeing if they discover ethical issues within the company. The biggest proportion of participants, which was more than 3/4, stated that Boeing's employees should report the ethical issues to the appropriate authorities. These results strongly suggest that Boeing's employees should not be afraid of Boeing and apply engineering ethics by informing the authorities of the Boeing's safety issues. These results were expected because students at KU learned from KU University that engineering ethics are very important for engineers. The second finding of RQ3 is about the most common actions to improve Boeing's reputation amongst KU aerospace engineering students. The most common action is that they think that all factors of Boeing should be monitored by the government safety authority to ensure there are no mistakes. The second most common action is that they think that Boeing should have a senior engineer as the CEO. These results suggest that Boeing requires more direct surveillance. These results underscore the importance of taking action to improve Boeing, since if nothing is done, nothing will change. The third finding of RQ3 is about the actions that would make KU aerospace engineering students trust Boeing again. Over a fifth of students think that Boeing should declare its issues to reassure passengers that they are correcting their errors. This suggests that the first step to fix the problems of Boeing is the honesty. I finished talking about the findings and the discussion. Now I will tell you the recommendations of these findings. Based on these findings, it is recommended that KU University should provide a subject that talks about the history of aviation companies. Also, it is recommended that Boeing should listen to people and strive to address its issues to make people trust them again. Furthermore, it is recommended that the authorities should protect the employees of Boeing who report the safety issues to the authorities. Moreover, Boeing should have a senior engineer as the CEO to manage the company with their expertise. In summary, the most important findings was that a slight majority of KU aerospace engineering students don't have any idea about the company that merged with Boeing in 1997. And it is recommended that to solve this problem, KU University should provide a subject that talks about the history of aviation companies. In addition, a very large majority of KU aerospace engineering students think that Boeing's employees should report the ethical issues of Boeing to the authorities, and it is recommended that the authorities should protect the employees who report the issues to them. Despite what Boeing did to the aviation sector, it can be responsible for a great harm if they aren't improved of properly. Therefore, we must work together to reduce these harms by spreading the awareness of the problems of Boeing and telling the people that they should avoid traveling on Boeing until Boeing addresses its issues. This is the reference list of my background information and what I said. This is all about my presentation. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. So would you recommend, or would you tell people to avoid Boeing?
Yes, I think that people, it's not like exactly like that. People should know what is Boeing first. So after that, they would decide that they will avoid Boeing or not.
No, but would you advise people?
Yes. Now, if Boeing is not addressing its issues, I will recommend people to avoid Boeing.
Thank you very much. Okay, we've got Faisal.